Hi, my name is Hector Del Castillo, Chief Product Officer at BoldPM. Welcome to today's episode, and the topic for today is boosting your executive presence. Our guest speaker and my guest today is Vinita Sahajwala. She is president of WinStyles, and she will be speaking to us regarding this topic. Vinita, how are you doing today?
Great. How are you, Hector?
Doing great, doing great. It's a pleasure, and thank you so much for being here today. One of the things that I wanted to share with the audience is, can you tell me more about what you do? Tell me about yourself. Tell me what you do for clients.
So I help executives and entrepreneurs supercharge their executive presence to boost their image and reputation. From my experience as an executive presence consultant for the past 20 years, I've loved working with individual professionals from the corporate world, from a spectrum of various career levels, be it the top executives, the corner C office, and or be it an entry-level individual coming in who's excited about a new job in a new industry. So I've worked with various industries across various continents, in fact, and I've helped individuals become more memorable for their personal style. It's helped them develop a more authentic connection with who they're working with, be it their clients, be it their colleagues. And also I help them build their confidence through their communication skills.
And you've been doing this for how long?
20 plus years, actually. I started, I say 20 plus years, but it's really 30 years. I started my company, Image Enhancement, in 1990. So yes, it's 30 years now.
Great, great. Thank you so much. Sounds great, sounds great. Now tell me, for working professionals, why is executive presence so important, especially if they're not really thinking about becoming an executive at some point in the near future?
Executive presence is the image of a professional who projects confidence, communicates his or her gravitas in just the way of their being, and practices a very high level sense of self-awareness and situational awareness. A person it doesn't have to mean that the person is an executive. Executive presence is how you project yourself. This is an individual who has like a clear vision. They've got defined goals. They've got a strong set of values by which they operate. Often their reputation precedes them. So if you meet someone for the first time and you've already got clear about their reputation, they're typically validating that impression. You've got information about who they are. Whereas if you meet them for the first time, they'll create a powerful first impression on you, and you're getting to actually see that consistently played out over and again, because this person is very clear in who they are. Doesn't matter if they're executives or not. It's about your presence.
Okay, sounds great. Now, let me ask you, can you give me an example of how you work with professionals and what you've done for them through your services?
So I have worked with, there's been different areas of image consulting, right? There's three areas that I focus on. Once I understand a client's personal brand, so initially I start with identifying who they are, what is their personal brand. Then I go on to understanding how is it that they're projecting it through their soft skills, through their ABCs, or appearance, behavior, and communication skills. So it's how they project themselves, how they interact with people, how they lead a room, how do they lead their team, how do they communicate their gravitas in their speech, in their connections. I'll give an instance of a client of mine who had been in her company for about 12 years. So she was really stable in her job. She was always good at delivering. Everybody knew her as a dependable person. But somehow, whenever it came time for promotion, she just always got stuck. She always got someone else got the promotion, someone new got brought in from the outside. So she came to me and she explained that I'm doing everything right? I know my information. I'm very good with leading my team, but somehow I get passed up for my promotions. And we looked at what is it that she's doing? How do people know her? What is her reputation? And we found that people see her as a person who they can depend on, but not as a leader. So we changed that. We decided, what is she going to do to project more confidence? How is she going to come across? How is she going to show her values? How is she going to show how she presents herself? How she connects with the people above her? How she connects with the people below her? That started changing the reviews that she got. That she started getting noticed suddenly. Her image changed, her confidence level changed, the way she led her team, the way she spoke, the way she presented herself. She started getting noticed. And really, within a year, she got promoted. And now, 4 years later, she's a senior vice president in her company. And she attributes a lot of this to the work that we did together.
Wow. So in less than a year, she was already up for promotions. And then within her company, within a year of you helping her, she was able to get promoted. And now she's at a senior vice president level.
She is. She
Wow.
is.
That's very powerful. So tell me more about this particular workshop that is coming up, this virtual workshop that is about establishing presence in a quarantine world. What is that about? How did you get the idea for that workshop?
So of course, I've been in touch with a lot of my clients. I continue to do the work with them. And I found that a lot of them are getting extremely confused about because so much has changed. And yet for so many, something has really not changed, right? Some people who work from home for 2 days a week now are working 5 days a week. Some people who had job security are not as confident about what is going on in the future while they're still at work. So there's a lot of uncertainty, and there's a lot of insecurity that's being created. Managers who are leading teams are finding that their team is constantly needing validation, reassurance, while they themselves are not sure about their futures, right? And I found that a lot of them are continuing to enhance their hard skills. A lot of them are turning to certifications and additional courses. There's not a lot of them who know exactly how do they project themselves, how do they incorporate a new persona, or how do they continue to stay consistent if they've established a persona, if they've established a brand, how do they stay consistent with that? So this is the work that I'm focusing on. This is a quarantine world. Everything is virtual. You're either meeting with people online for the first time, perhaps you're interviewing at a job, you're looking for new opportunities, or perhaps you're looking at connecting, making deeper connections that you get in a very short period of time on meetings. So how do you come across as someone with gravitas? How do you come across as someone who's a leader? That's what the work's going to be about. How to prepare for meetings, how to conduct meetings if you're leading it or even if you're participating in it, and how to follow up with it, how to close out, and how to use your soft skills. This toolbox that I'll be providing, how to use that in making yourself powerful and known, your brand known.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Now, you also mentioned that you're helping people break down executive presence into 3 components. But it sounds to me like those are mostly about building soft skills. Is that right, or is it different?
Pretty much, yeah, it is. Your appearance, your behavior incorporates your gravitas, right? It's your body language. It's how you present yourself.
Mhm.
It's your communication skills. It's how you speak, how you carry yourself, how you project. All of that is part of the soft skills toolbox that I'm going to be talking about. That's the work I do.
Great. All right. Sounds great. Is there anything else you want to share about uh, ways to boost executive presence, what it does, the benefits for any professional that is looking to elevate their executive presence?
Sure. Just always recognizing that your confidence is important. I look at three C's. I talk about three C's, right? Your confidence, your consistency, and your congruency. So, are you confident in how you present yourself? Are you consistent with that, right? So you can't show up one day and not the other. It's, are you consistently presenting a certain image? And how congruent are you to your current role? How congruent are you to the role that you're looking to get into, right? Are you congruent to your image? Are you congruent to your brand? So there's a need for those. That's three C's. So there's ABCs, your appearance, behavior, communication, and there's the three C's. That's the confidence, congruency, and consistency. I could leave you with that, and I think that would pretty much help anyone who's listening to this right now.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Well, I want to thank you so much. It's been really fun, and we hope that we do this again in the future. And I would like to encourage all of you to actually sign up for the upcoming virtual workshop. And here's the information about it. You will actually see the information as a caption. And you can sign up. You can go directly to our page or sign up on Eventbrite. And we hope to see you in a few weeks at this particular virtual workshop. So with that, we're signing off. And I want to thank Vinita again for her presence here. So thank you so much, Vinita. Hope to see you again.
Thank you, Hector. Look forward to our workshop coming up soon.
Great. And thank you so much for listening. We'll be seeing you soon. Take care. Stay safe.